Hello and welcome to the Quiet Clock Tower Chime, a gently paced slice-of-life audio story designed to help you relax and drift peacefully off to sleep. If you find this journey to be both soothing and comforting, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more audio content created with deep, loving intentions to encourage sleep. We will start with a brief breathing exercise to prepare for this journey into the peaceful world of Oakhaven, where all things are gently cared for with quiet respect. However, if you'd like to go directly to the start of the story, you will find the timestamps for each chapter located in the description section just below. Take this time to find a position where you are most comfortable and most at ease, where your muscles, heart, and breath now easily, gracefully settle. Feel the support that carries you without effort or action from your end. Just pure rest in full, loving acceptance for who you are and where you find yourself in all the most tender corners and parts within this wonderful vessel. Know and also let the simple and sweet knowing flow over you as warm rays of soft golden light from an inner awareness of kindness for the gift of who you are, resting here now in the Quiet Clock Tower Chime. You'll hear about Lyra, a young bookbinder who finds a beautiful, peaceful rhythm as she spends her afternoon going through familiar daily acts of her chosen profession, all while the nearby clock tower gives a gentle beat and rhythm to the tender time, passing as it softly guides all within and around to that gentle, calm, peaceful rhythm. With its slow passing, a reminder of what brings us home is fully and completely contained within ourselves, never needing anything from without, but allowing each loving action to slowly gather inward, closer to this core loving center, and where everything finally takes its deep rest in this home. Now we take our first shared breaths in through the nose to gently expand that heart that so richly lives inside our chest. As you slowly inhale now through your nose, feel that full space inside, growing to meet that life that softly now gathers in each expansion, and with every exhale, feel all of that soft and open space relax softly as those beautiful rays slowly begin to blend, both inner form and out within those peaceful corners of space we have together. Take this next few breaths as we slowly do that one more time. As breath gathers, we gather ever so slightly more awareness and space. As breath goes out gently, we too go further inward, slowly sinking into complete and deep peaceful rest. The slow chiming of the tower and Lyra's quiet actions throughout her day are very much like our breaths, a rhythm that gives a gentle, loving intention and direction, as breath too gathers gently to then softly and gracefully expand and settle deep at home and ever present. Know your rhythm of life's full expression with intention and love that gently gives way to those very corners of the day where full release now takes and gives way again into the deeper mystery. Now it's okay if those small nagging thoughts drift like gentle mists and never need hold them, but can instead let their wisps softly blend in, almost unseen or just gently known and welcomed from within that soft light, that gentle breath we created to embrace with loving arms that which needed your heart now. With deep grace, they all will surrender back to stillness. So now fully with loving and open arms embrace and receive as each loving word now gently carries us along to where our body finds full and complete comfort, and all troubles and worry slip slowly and comfortably into this welcoming rhythm as all melts slowly, naturally away. Allow each word now gently and safely as you continue on a journey that has only always gently embraced this space within this sweet home where our deepest love rests. So now let's gently take in those tender moments step by step, slow-paced in grace and tender love, to take our deepest rest in the place most kind and true. Chapter 1. The Sun-Dappled Workshop. The workshop door feels cool against Lyra's fingertips as she slowly draws it open, the small hinges sighing with familiarity. Soft morning light flows into the space like honey, touching each item of well-loved wood with warm caress, beckoning them to a slow wakefulness. The light travels easily from corner to corner, each beam infused with pale rose hues from the rising sun, as Lyra herself moves through the space like the very light that infuses its interior. The wood feels as if it has gathered up the warm sun in itself, releasing it back as it rests softly and lightly against her hands, and the many other places the wood can now lean with grace and gentle rest, inviting her heart into the start of a brand new day. Her inner eye watches her movements and finds pleasure in the slow unfolding of one simple thing after the other, drawing from an endless well of delight. Her body feels smooth and soft within, at perfect peace as she moves forward, her steps fluid and light against the soft planked floor, drawing on the quiet pleasure within. She experiences herself as soft, grounded energy moving in flow, at home in both space and time, as her inner breath lengthens to invite stillness inward. She observes a natural harmony both within herself and outside as the day unfolds with perfect ease and comfort. She breathes gently into the space and listens to the whisper of light that feels very much like the whisper of morning waking, its sweet and quiet greetings reaching up and over to hold each one of her breaths in delicate safety and comfort. The shelves, heavy with antique texts and binding tools, seem to soften at her touch and welcome her slow-paced movements around her, as each move is completed by the inner sensation of being bathed within a gentle peace. As she runs a cloth over the smooth wood of her workbench, it seems to sigh as its surface now catches her gentle energy. She is never in any rush, noticing the soft pleasure of small moments like placing each item in just its correct space in exactly the manner it prefers. Time itself feels more like a soft unfolding, gently stretching over every action she makes, rather than pressing onward without consideration. Even as a hand sweeps the dust from a surface, each action feels full with purpose, complete and infused with a sweet intention to bring herself as the main benefactor more fully at ease. She sees that to serve others first, she must first meet her own needs of tranquility, and from this awareness, a natural ease opens fully through every pore and cell within her being. Each leather piece on the table welcomes Lyra, their surface polished soft to her touch by age and constant caring, their gentle hues reflecting the tender quality that infuses everything within this comforting place. She pauses, moving her hand softly over a rich amber-toned sheet, a deep inner breath traveling all through, bringing soft awareness of her own center. The tools of her craft rest just as lightly on their places of waiting as a way of acknowledging the quiet pleasure within the start of all journeys, both external and inner. All is ease. As this moment embraces her, she feels deeply secure and in peace within, just allowing. Her focus comes fully onto herself, her inner self completely met, allowing her senses to freely explore her environment at whatever slow pace calls out from within, while being met by a gentle energy that both mirrors and welcomes in such a safe and comforting way. Every space is gently met and opened into an opportunity to slow down. All her steps guide her into deeper inner spaces. The light finds the subtle curves of a finely polished spindle of soft silk and wool thread. All edges melt inward. The rhythm of the day shifts softly as one single breath finds and gathers in the breath, before and softly lays its foundation toward what comes after. Not even the subtle change brings unrest or tension of mind, but instead a feeling of joy and quiet happiness. Time bends to make itself open to a quality of spaciousness where each gentle move finds pleasure along every single corner and side. As Lyra prepares to start her tasks for the day, she selects her brushes for applying gentle strokes of glazes as the hairs dance around in the air, softly and weightless, allowing awareness itself to deepen and soften from each individual moment to the next with full presence, making each experience that much more fully infused with pleasure and beauty. The textures and tones of everything, every single surface, both seen and felt, become softer under her kind inner awareness. Even those places left as simply background noise seem to offer up new details and moments of delight within its still, quiet surface. Everything is gently illuminated as each new sense arises and fades gently, offering to both her and our ears the opportunity to witness a slow dance between inner space and exterior time, never too far from either aspect of their own center. The quiet whisper of paper, so much like her inner whisper of intent, brings her hand softly onto another small task, moving through a selection of handmade papers as a delicate aroma of freshly made beeswax rests softly on the gentle flow of a cooling breath of mountain air from the open window, both of which brings her in full contact to an inner experience of softness. With her movements light, graceful, her inner center completely secure, she can meet each challenge of her days by being both the gentle doer and the receptive container through the very power of simply being within. Each breath slowly reaches her fingertips as each choice unfolds toward new horizons in this brand new morning that opens in gentle layers all around her. All within and around the space calls gently to all her senses, welcoming her into the day. Her internal body, like this physical room, feels soft, light, and completely at ease and at peace. With no worries, her actions guide her inward as much as they do outward, both creating and drawing out gentle qualities of the very love and intention that lies in her open, peaceful heart. She sets the papers to rest, now aware of their slight scent of soft lavender, a gift of loving kindness shared among the very villagers in Oakhaven as an old act of honoring all work that will unfold on these newly created surfaces. As her hands touch over the textures of finely layered pages, they settle comfortably into place, inviting her to notice how her touch transforms something inanimate into a portal for beauty and awareness that opens naturally at its very surface. She feels a connection not only to her tools, but to those she serves through such love. As she slowly reaches out, her whole self surrenders softly as a quiet opening between her outer body and inner spirit, where both space and time become less than a notion, as a slow rhythm of quiet joy rises like a soft tide. Each movement she makes settles deeper, gently, without any effort, into the very core center of what calls her own presence into this beautiful workshop in this brand new, glorious morning. Always being witnessed, not just through the external senses, but now slowly and with deep comfort, felt through all pores and every cell throughout her being, as she herself drifts slowly, as one with every intention, into deeper presence, into greater inner space. Every intention and action guided inward into deeper awareness and ease, as she becomes the loving observer of her heart and all that passes through both inner space and time, as she begins the work that draws the start of all great awakenings. Chapter 2. A Visit from a Friend. The gentle chime of the clock tower, soft and full like a deep sigh, floats in through the open window, softly pulling Lyra's awareness towards the midday. As her movements become softer and her breaths expand further with a slow inner opening to what the next experience might bring. Her hand reaches out in response and guides itself naturally toward preparing her space for a visitor, adjusting a cloth here, rearranging a space there, always being pulled towards beauty as its touch finds each aspect, turning it toward lovelier expression where all objects meet with grace in their designated resting spot. As she arranges 2 cups and plates onto a small wooden tray, each item gently clicks together, their subtle voices inviting the gentle presence of her friend in her mind's eye. The movement is slow and unhurried, savoring each small step as an act of care, each offering up to a soft heart that awaits its tender arrival in perfect calm. The light has now changed, filtering deeper within, wrapping itself in gentle hues, bringing its comforting presence as another guest invited fully into their tender circle of space. The space within feels much like the spaces around, open and inviting, embracing and warmly glowing like honey itself, pouring softly its warm heart into each crevice, allowing all sharp edges to melt away and gently curve deeper into peace and inner knowing. The rich scent of honey-infused bergamot teases playfully on the soft breeze, bringing in the expectation of Elian's arrival, pulling from the old traditions, creating both through intention and with tangible substance the comfort that they both experience within their special visits, always. Lyra feels into this rich expectation as a way to embrace both outer form and inner essence, an honoring for every breath taken in and every moment allowed its natural expression through action. Her steps remain slow as she places a small bowl of honey at the center of the tray with careful precision and focus. The touch of smooth glass feels cool and comforting, even as her inner body relaxes softly into the simple preparation for their arrival of her sweet friend, Elian. A simple smile settles across her heart as Lyra's body allows each small gesture its chance to rise. Each breath offers her body's form a chance to receive, offering rest along every curve of bone and fiber of tendon, releasing any tension with graceful, soft intention. Time itself is a smooth glide, gently moving and carrying the full weight of its soft inner body from this place to the next. Each new intention calls inward, deeper into rest, finding the joy along each bend and turn as it moves within its loving space. She arranges her home-baked shortbread on a plate, their buttery fragrance mixing softly with the bergamot in a tender blend of sweetness that wafts through the small shop, extending all through her inner body. It is this soft offering of aromas that has always allowed her a glimpse of a shared love that is fully, gracefully offered outward from each small act done with her peaceful presence. Her heart knows each soft touch, recognizing and honoring all of life's quiet rhythms as it naturally rises in flow to give from itself without worry of taking back, of doing, and that by fully offering in kindness, the very heart softens and begins to take its deep rest without any fear, at last, in safety, fully at peace. And within that peace, there is another experience waiting, a further knowing and feeling for love's most gentle ways. The old door gently creaks as if calling a friend as Elian pushes it open with a gentle press, a welcoming gesture that feels more of an arrival than a knock or any outward action. As his presence softly lights within her own body, her breath settles, slowing down its dance, as she experiences another level of peaceful ease that rises both in herself and also within the space of which they find themselves together. The whole of the shop suddenly seems like one expansive breath as his gentle awareness fills the soft space she has prepared. His warm, easy laugh moves gently into every small crevice, just as the sunlight does in its golden touch, and is met by a subtle response in Lyra's face that shows like soft blush upon the tender corners of her heart and the cheeks on her gentle face. Lyra watches, noticing a moment where something beautiful passes back and forth, as a natural response both shared and individually experienced. Elian smiles at her, and he too observes the subtle changes taking place with tender appreciation, offering as he does a soft and deep connection between souls, not only on a level of sharing or expression, but much deeper still within. A quality that rises like gentle warmth in recognition and gentle love that softly settles and eases each and every fiber of the whole space. She moves towards her familiar bench near the front of the room, both moving in a slow flow, always taking up the beauty that awaits within each passing moment as an expression and sharing of true connection. She pours a cup of tea and, along with Elian's own, holds its warm, comforting touch within their hands, and they then take that deep, gentle, slow breath, allowing that quiet warmth to extend naturally into their entire being. They sit side by side as soft voices are offered like gentle bird song. Words themselves find comfort in her open space as a natural exchange between friends, where worries of action give over completely into the embrace of peace. It feels safe. Each word lands gracefully, softly on the open heart of its recipient, as they both surrender to a simple expression, where true inner thoughts can both settle and softly meet their perfect expression. In soft pauses between moments of talking and shared appreciation of the warmth of tea, all inner movements and outer expression begin to slowly, naturally weave into a tapestry that is much bigger than each one individual's heart. Each sound of nature drifts naturally through the open doorway in this beautiful spring day as another act of recognition between old friends and all the wonders they find both within themselves and in shared space. No actions can upset them or break this soft center. No need is too great and none too small. Only simple comfort rests as an awareness on Lyra's heart. A warm and embracing smile is all the expression she requires for perfect completion of the joy she now so naturally feels. The world becomes quieter, almost dreamlike, as all senses rest safely and comfortably in all expressions, being fully witnessed with gentle, loving kindness that comes not just from their outer awareness, but also from an inward recognition. This place, this quiet moment in time, is where they find perfect connection. The honey's sweet scent intensifies slightly as they lift the small tray together toward the worn but well-loved table, making every action an intention and not just the doing. The movement shifts everything with a more tender, loving embrace where kindness for every small moment holds in that act. There is no separation from intent and the full manifestation of actions. Their touch flows without effort, and each motion now settles deeper, softly into every part of this beautiful moment. Every aspect of it completely held in a warm embrace of care. And that loving action softens again further still and allows another shift in this slow dance. In each heartbeat that comes in and slowly softens again before a new action slowly unfolds. There is a true knowing, a peaceful grace where both friends can surrender without any fear to allow time its full sway through them and every single aspect that surrounds the soft moment of meeting together in a place made whole and in complete embrace, a journey to deep peace. Chapter 3. The Afternoon Binding. As the final chime of the clock tower for noon fades softly away, settling gently into the memory of this quiet place, and the beautiful connection held safely and without care within their small group, Lyra rises, drawing herself gently back to the workshop. As she does, the movement she is taking feels very soft, as it echoes with all movements taken in before that move gently back into an easy sense of timeless connection, all a circle within. Her breathing feels light and calm and fully aligned to all that arises for the moment and the soft and easy flowing pace she creates with that perfect breathing rhythm of all that rises with both the body's form and within her mind and spirit too. She allows her awareness to drift softly across the tools, slowly drawing near to an old, slightly battered volume awaiting repair. With an easy inner awareness that embraces both movement and thought and experience, and allows every single act and step to lead forward gently from its core of rest, without rush and without need to go faster or further. She notices a place where there can be stillness between her intention to bind the book and a perfect timing in its very presence. With great intention that softly rests over all, that rises in awareness, the movements come naturally as each object meets with loving intent, as Lyra's hands soften and relax deeply into the next action. Each new action gently unfurls into all spaces within this experience, extending out from this soft moment into the next like waves upon a still shore that extend themselves slowly but surely and in full flow with nature. The old pages hold their worn edges gently up towards her, as if showing the grace of all its travels and of its many journeys toward greater expansion. Each turn a breath, a touch. Each contact is an opportunity to offer ease, as her own gentle, loving expression flows directly into a thing made from trees and printed words and old ink, and into each fiber of the well-loved surface. This, she reflects, can be experienced in a similar fashion in any part of the world, no matter where we travel. The very action of seeing, truly seeing, will invite awareness deeper inward to offer our heart and soul such soft kindness, offering safety through our presence, offering through kindness a full expression of gentle intention. Her inner body feels more soft, flowing into and with her every single step and movement in this gentle act. Time drifts further, and the walls now seems to slowly blend into themselves, as if taking on this tender softness and ease and grace she has extended from the pure source that flows naturally and openly and without pause as she goes further and deeper still. Lyra brings the delicate tools into her view, running a finger softly across their handles, feeling how each one invites different tactile expression. She feels as they lay nestled upon her own heart, as loving intention softly extends itself outward, every point becoming softer. Each point where sharp objects exist becomes softened as love's tender awareness pours in through her vision and tender hands. The light has deepened a bit, and this amber glow now softly coats all it finds within her room. The old oak bench beneath her feels softer. Her own soft cotton apron also blends into a soft form, no sharp lines left, but rather all contours in harmony, in peace as she drifts in full harmony into her creative actions, fully resting in place. As her hands begin the slow, patient work, the quiet atmosphere holds everything with tender focus, where it can simply be itself, as each action brings forth all that wishes to exist in this moment. As her inner eye finds each slow stitch along the spine, a rhythmic pull on linen thread through old, worn paper that has traveled over a vast distance of many worlds, both within its book's covers and from so many unknown hands that have traveled with its stories before her, all becomes soft, calm, peaceful. Her awareness itself seems to grow deeper and softer still. This moment can extend on without pause, as she recognizes all action begins first within herself. Her very action can create this tenderness so gentle it can be taken out to meet whatever appears before the form. She listens to the sound of the needle drawing gently, ever so slightly, through ancient parchment, as this becomes her meditation, as well as an honoring of form. Her body softens still, and she lets all things be as a way of understanding. This is as it is. Her breathing slows as a new piece settles slowly along every edge, Each stitch connects her to stories held and lovingly shared, but even further inward still to the simple source that extends infinitely out in all directions and throughout space and time. Through form, she finds joy and gratitude both outwardly within the expressions held in story and inner in a heart made warm and fully at peace. She allows. She accepts all as love, that expression both inner and outer of peace, simply through presence. A slow rhythmic movement is the pathway to a deep love, held so gently she never again needs to seek it, nor can it be taken away. For the present now found resides as source itself, in loving, gentle action that can only come about from stillness. A pure, open, loving, receptive space. The scent of beeswax begins to drift within her awareness as it travels from another well-loved box where it had waited, soft and mellow, ready for its very place in the book's completion, and all those beautiful expressions now set on soft pages by another person's own tender intentions, now transformed into actions she witnesses. This action fills the whole room with a new depth of subtle sense and allows even further inward. With each soft move, her muscles continue their ease into her space that becomes wider as every soft breath touches its borders gently before turning inward to welcome the new arrival of that ever-present and growing peace, her love within. She is the witness, and in that position she becomes love itself. As she smooths wax across linen thread, everything she sees and feels shifts softer still, inviting an awareness of complete comfort into all aspects that lay upon and in all forms around. There is no strain, and she finds only greater comfort that awaits. All is calm. All is well. Her eyes slowly find again those marks where all begins from, to those places she was gently led in from a quiet state. They, as all forms now, become transformed in soft expressions as an act of tender kindness offered both to herself, to those books and their beloved pages, and into all spaces from here until time can ever measure itself once more, as Lyra softens again further into gentle intention and ease. All her senses blend inward together now to become this great, quiet act that expresses from both an outward doing that allows one to be fully present to its full experience in tender intention, creating its place in that perfect spot where true loving is, always held safe and deeply secure from its never-ending wellspring of gentle being and peaceful love. As another breath, she takes and moves onward still, as the whole of this action continues onward, peacefully still. Chapter 4. Garden Pause. The soft glow of afternoon light finds Lyra as she makes her way through the workshop door and into the small courtyard garden. Each of her slow steps follows with the path that flows as soft, subtle breath, where her muscles slowly unwind and allow themselves deeper release. The earth, still warm from the sun's caress, welcomes her bare feet as she gently travels across small, even stone surfaces, each movement guiding her deeper with loving intent. She pauses near her small bench, watching butterflies dance, softly floating among lavender and chamomile, as all of their tender energy opens in ways and towards places unknown. As each wing lifts ever so gently with the wind's soft hand, she too, as it appears, has now drifted into deeper waters. She takes her hands up as if to capture it in the way she touches pages, with gentle respect for what was made so carefully before. Her intention now soft, with a rhythm slow as a deep and gentle inner breathe settles deep within her open and welcoming heart. And that movement sets forward a subtle vibration, and the colors too grow deeper, brighter, soft, with all of creation at rest with her as she rests in this shared presence, one and many. She walks over towards a tangle of morning glory vines, gently turning small unopened blooms upward towards the light as a gentle greeting of their shared sun, their forms reaching out for full connection that allows them both ease and comfort, as all actions do that naturally follow this heart. All around, life gently rises in its most natural state, as flowers begin to open a little more now than at the time of morning light. All edges are so soft, inviting such comfort, welcoming deeper peace, and a recognition that each form is, indeed, a loving expression. She finds her way slowly to a small, weathered wooden bench cushioned with soft pillows in rich, subtle hues of gold and light amethyst, colors that are very like the inner warmth and grace she feels as she settles comfortably in her small pocket of love that calls always from within. And as all creation naturally unfolds out into view, her eyes now close to invite the warmth into every single space, both outside, now experienced inside, allowing an inner journey as one slowly moves through every fiber. Now there is another rhythm of inner listening that she is attuned ever deeply to feel it from head to her gentle, open heart, as a quiet knowing comes, and with it a deeper state of rest that simply can no longer hide. Her full presence has returned in all the ways that support comfort in every turn and action. All feels soft and at peace, without expectation, with no striving or forced measure. She gently lifts her hand and reaches into the open space that greets it in such a comfortable, loving embrace as she guides herself inward, gently tracing the edges of leaves one by one, noting their soft texture and their calming perfume as each leaf releases in greeting and gratitude for the sweet contact. The wind lifts just a little now, dancing on skin that opens slowly with each moment. Each leaf lifts and softly swirls in a slow motion pirouette. She closes her eyes again, and with that her other senses come even more clearly forward and fill each crevice and form with beauty's soft, slow grace. She notices and becomes the very breeze as it touches lightly across skin, each form softened into an awareness of simple ease. The scents become more noticeable now, and also in full balance of all form and energy, with the calming fragrance of lavender, soft undertones of sweet earth and chamomile, each one in itself a soft song of rest. The sun's caress has transformed again now to wrap gently across her face, inviting relaxation as its golden glow touches each soft curve and opens every space fully to new levels of love and expression. All actions naturally flow fully as one. Bird song dances with the wind. Each song finds its own cadence that slowly brings Lyra into alignment to this new song, where all instruments play in complete grace and perfect time. Her shoulders slowly melt with a wind's soft touch, every inch surrendering softly as a gentle sigh. With every moment, new feelings softly gather in form, as sensations both inner and outer expand within that presence of quiet joy. The small humming of a bee gently drifts toward a chamomile flower as each form dances delicately, and Lyra's awareness expands, now fully embracing all creation both within as in a never-ending form of connection. She, as well as it, becomes love itself, as each and every step is done. She feels deeply grateful as the soft support from the bench beneath her now completely surrounds and envelops as one soft heart to another, as both space and form shift to another place. Deeper now still, as all expression begins its new rhythm. Each slow, rhythmic breathe allows every crevice of being to take it on more, still deeper, as her own intention flows openly, like her breathing rhythm into this new experience. Her own sense of time grows slower and gentler, allowing for a subtle peace as time surrenders in and through that single present breath. And within all these aspects, a slow journey finds its rest, its deep surrender, as each wave softly blends again with the ocean's calm heart, as all tension melts slowly away. All aspects in a dance of tenderness, beauty, and ease, and joy, and soft, heart-filled gratitude. Her journey from intention through completion done with tender loving grace and complete freedom, as now the deepest joy arises as soft awareness as she feels deeply and tenderly that love now pours out with ever-flowing soft beauty and heart-filled gratitude for every single breath she takes. She takes a deep breath and feels its sweet comfort settling completely through her body, as everything, even time itself, has drifted from form, as now her very presence melts slowly and comfortably away, like a gentle, soft sigh, and now blends softly in. All is one, as a space is made that expands forevermore in gentle expression through loving ease. Her resting face gently shines, all soft and kind, and at deep inner peace, as all blends quietly now into all. Chapter 5. Sunset's Glow. As the last hues of the setting sun softly shift to gold and rose tones across the courtyard, Lyra gently draws her awareness back from the small garden space. Each slow, soft step through grasses that grow alongside pathways allows an awareness to all that passed within, and as gentle breezes slowly pass between the plants, as though saying goodbye before turning into the gentle mystery that is the night, before dawn gently, peacefully opens anew once again, as it too slowly takes its gentle journey. As she nears the workshop's familiar wooden door, her senses, fully renewed from this quiet time outside, in soft nature's embrace and tender touch, now find and embrace new appreciation. She, in gentle and thoughtful, slow-paced movements, opens her door again, each detail now infused with greater presence and that heart-centered grace that softly lingers along every touch and intention, as the soft warmth now holds her and invites her deeper inward, where she is able to simply just rest and be fully at peace in knowingness and calm expression of ease, in love with all her ways. The tools and unfinished books in the soft fading light feel both comforting and reassuring. Each action brings forth only beauty, as Lyra begins gently clearing and placing each of those lovingly used objects from where she brought them gently earlier, from their restful spaces, before slowly drawing those objects back into its quiet corners that always await, with loving anticipation, their return. The scents now more muted, with a mix of leather, beeswax, and subtle wood, as though all surfaces quietly prepare themselves for a quiet evening resting, blending one to the next into complete harmony. This slow and gentle action, her mind at ease, now only feels into its presence in soft grace and in love for every slow, measured moment it is taking with full, loving awareness. She finds both deep gratitude and love, and complete acceptance that comes to find as a knowing she no longer feels the need to take. Everything done in complete peace, gently drawing and allowing in every fiber of its being the peace, fully open to the comfort it can naturally offer. Every space a natural rest. The books seem more at ease, fully in harmony, as each object now allows itself to settle down once more in graceful acceptance and comfort that slowly rises with awareness. Lyra's actions bring forth only gentle grace. As the last pale sliver of daylight settles down in a deep hue through open windows, and its long shadows quietly spread and expand around them, drawing all parts toward its comforting embrace. With another breath that expands further and slower than those that came before, Lyra now rests completely with herself. She moves with each movement, drawing and creating an openness that feels now at a whole more spacious within its quiet form than ever. Each action done and met with all her awareness, in deep honor and loving gratitude for all things both inside and outside of space and time. She traces the curve of a finely crafted tool, softly noting the feel of smooth, polished metal under her fingertips, and feels grateful and safe within its beautiful design, and in the loving way it has so sweetly taken the full embrace of time. She lets her muscles soften as all edges slowly soften and move further within, each step that takes her more and more deeply inside her own natural expression of peace and rest. Its soft grace. Lyra moves with fluid ease between areas of work and where to bring all instruments safely back home, where they feel more at rest than ever. In a soft dance where space, all things become, without effort, fully met. Every touch a breath, as one gentle energy and action meet gracefully one within the next, with no expectation but rather just loving expression. Her body feels a smooth and easy transition to simply being with everything and all the actions slowly taken to this place. She runs the cloth over tables and feels its texture blending into another layer of peaceful presence. Each corner met fully, each curve brought again to the core within the very present moment that is expanded ever still with grace and loving peace. The space and the experience completely held with the gentlest of hearts. Every single movement now softened with intention as it naturally meets every expression of pure intention within its form as action and movement with space and time simply soften again. Her heart completely softened, filled now with a gentle gratitude for every detail she experiences from without and also from within as she moves. Her awareness has met them all in the deep loving space that lives between one heart and that form it now beholds. It seems almost as if the very structure and corners of space now quietly curve towards itself in full love and gratitude, ready for the evening as all the soft chimes of the clock tower gently grow quiet for the coming of peaceful darkness that calls from within, that which allows everything its peaceful, sweet, and restorative rest, and brings it all home, naturally within a loving peace, as it does for all beings everywhere now. She pauses now at the doorway as her intention meets with soft completion of this full experience, ready for both nighttime's dreams and gentle wakeful of expressions of pure joy. Her inner awareness continues with deep breath and an open smile, all senses calm, all thoughts now settling away, and in all experiences met only, and now in her inner world, and those around her she offers now gentle, quiet blessings, as time gives slowly away, evermore now into stillness, into silence, as one gentle heart merges with its loving home, forever at rest, eternally safe in this gentle light of peace that she carries ever forward as a simple, sweet expression, a breath fully now transformed into gentle, deep peace, completely loved and without any fear, in full soft acceptance for a deep, restful and joyous heart, one with peace itself. And as she feels so fully rested, you too now drift toward deep, peaceful and natural rest, embraced fully, softly by a natural and loving ease as well.